I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you one question there, and I'd like whether you have the answer. If not, then we'd like to maybe people to guess how many samples of mattresses do we have in the shop, in the showroom?
5,000.
So let's have some guesses and let's tweet how many we think it is, and we'll give the answer out via Twitter in due course. But it'd be interesting.
Everyone's looking around.
Yeah, they're counting, aren't they? Yeah, but we know what's out the back as well, so you don't know what the wealth there is behind there in terms of amount of stock as well. So Lucy's trying to tell me to quiet down because the microphone is working, so I don't need to shout. So, as I said, thank you very much for coming along today, and I'm now going to pass you over to Gary, who's actually going to talk to us about some of the do's and don'ts on Twitter. So, people that are watching this video, hopefully you find this useful as well. And really, you've missed out because you're not here at this tweet up in Southgate. You've missed out on an opportunity to meet people face to face that are on Twitter, and maybe also meet other new people. But don't worry, we'll let you know when the next event's on, so that maybe you can come and join us here. So over to you, Gary, and I think that we'd like you to stand over this side as well, if possible.
Well, Michael doesn't know this, but I think what's more interesting is if we all go around, we all say our Twitter name and what our favourite ice cream is. That's really important. That tells a lot about a person. And and how many beds we think Vic has got. So I'm going to go first. I'm at Loving Social Med. My favourite ice cream is chocolate chip, mint choc chip. Oh, I love it. Ben and Jerry as well. And I think Vic has got 100 mattresses. Who's next? Let's go this way. Okay.
Hi, I'm Laura Sorrell from @WeNet Group. Yes, and my favourite ice cream is mint chocolate chip ice cream as well. Sorry. And nothing, isn't it? And I think he's got 1,000 beds. I think that's in his advertising.
You're kidding me.
Oh. Do you know, I'm going to go back, because seeing as this is about Twitter, one tip that you would give on Twitter, for me, it would be give as many retweets as you sending out. So there we go. Just your go. If you can't, then you pass it.
Wear your glasses and then you spell properly.
Hey!
Oh my God. God,
here we go.
Oh my God,
that was
straight
very
into
good,
it.
Very good.
Okay, my name's Karen Knott. My Twitter name is @Karen Knott, surprisingly enough. My favourite ice cream, I like chocolate chip as well. But no, I'm going to have, I'll have pistachio. How about that? Twitter tip, yeah, I would say just sort of limit your time on it. Or sort of have specific times that you go on it. Otherwise, you can sort of spend a lot of time on it. So I do a bit in the morning, a bit at lunchtime, and a bit at the end of work as well. So that's my tip.
Do you know, there's no right or wrong answer here. On Twitter, you can be really annoying, and you can drop off. It's real. So all of these answers are going to be of interest. So here we go. Here's the next person.
Oh gosh, it's me. I don't have a Twitter name, but my name is Tasneem, and I'm here from Barclays Bank in Enfield Town. Favorite ice cream? Sorry, it's chocolate, mint chocolate chip. I'm trying to think of another, but it keeps flashing in my mind.
You're going to go and get some of this chocolate stuff.
Karen Mercer.
I'm at My Coffee Stop UK. I don't know how many mattresses there are in this shop. I've only jumped on one of them and gone up and down on another one of them. Not in the way you're thinking. It's a special electronic mattress. And my one special Twitter tip for you. Oh, did I tell you about my ice cream? I didn't. Now, I know you're just dying to hear about that, aren't you? My favourite ice cream is Bouja. I tried it today at Jill Simpson's Whole Food health store, the Village Whole Food store. I think that's what it's called, yeah. And it was the first time I tried it, and it's delicious. And it's chocolate flavoured. Anyway, enough of that. So, my one major Twitter tip is list. To cut down on the noise, which I'm very good at making, on Twitter, use list. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google Twitter list, and I'm sure you'll come up with a whole load of information.
If you were to describe lists, you're at junior school, then you're at primary school, then you're at secondary school, then you're at university. Really, somebody that uses list is at university. They're using it properly. So if you don't know about list, find out. Here's our next person. Here we go.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. You can do it.
Well, I'm Catherine Circus of arabellasfabshop.com. I'm not quite sure what my Twitter name is. I'm guessing the number of mattresses, 540. And my favorite ice cream, wait for it, rum and raisin.
Oh, sorry.
You can have it.
Yeah, my favourite, Michael from Loving Social Med, at Loving Social Med as well. And my favourite ice cream is Barchi. Any of you that have had Barchi chocolates, you can get Barchi ice cream, which is very, very nice. If you go to an Italian gelateria, that's where you'll get it. My Twitter tip for everyone would be, don't just shout and put things out. Look and listen to what people are saying on Twitter, because you can actually find potential business opportunities out there. So if you're looking for brides, say, look for people that are maybe putting in "just got engaged," and you're amazed what people are typing in on Twitter. That potentially could be a client for you. So that's my tip for you there. So shall I go down the road here?
Thank you. My tip would be similar to yours. Quality, not quantity. Favourite, I'm not going to tell you how many mattresses, it's going to be cheating. My favourite ice cream, I refuse to be pinned down to one.
Twitter name.
It's a double scoop.
Twitter name.
At Vic Smith Beds, Twitter.
Hello, I'm Edward. My Twitter name is @MaxwellCat, which is a character from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Some of you are old enough to remember. My Twitter tip would probably be... I found it very helpful to link my Twitter and my Facebook, so that when I tweet it goes onto Facebook. I find I get a lot of comments from Facebook, but I think Twitter's great. And my favourite ice cream, well, it's been said about 10 times. I'm going to tell you my least favourite ice cream, which is blue bubblegum flavour, which my kids love.
Hello, I'm Paul. I'm from Mostyn's Chartered Accountants, and my Twitter name is @Mostyn's. I have guessed, and I've tweeted this, Vic Smith's Beds. I'm guessing 999 mattresses in stock, because he's the man you need in a bed emergency. Alright, okay. I have been talking to Vic too long. My favourite ice cream, Mr. Whippy, every time. Vanilla, Mr. Whippy.
Edward forgot to say how many mattresses.
Mattresses. Oh, that's not important. Hi, I'm Steve Harris from steveharrismedia.com, and my Twitter name is @TV Steve Harris, and my favourite ice cream has got to be Tutti Frutti, because it's a little bit like that, and it's a great pleasure to be here with Vic and Vic Beds, and I think he's probably got a humongous amount of mattresses here. It looks like thousands, but I'm told it's 1,000. That's about it from me. Cheers, bye.
Thank you, Steve. Some real quality, some real variety on the ice cream front. Here we are with a really lovely Forest. She's lovely, and she's on Twitter.
Yes.
Will you tell us?
Yes.
Twitter name,
My
favourite ice cream, how many mattresses?
Okay, so my Twitter name is Pure London Florist. It's YL Florist, and I think I will go down from 5,000 to maybe to 1,500. Ooh, is it close?
Can I ask a question? Do you ever follow anyone that doesn't have a picture and they're just the egg? Do you ever follow them? Do they scare you because they're bots?
Yeah, that's a good tip. Actually, I do follow if description is right. That they tweet about things I'm interested in. But if someone follows me and they have not good description, no picture, I will ignore them. So make sure that, yes, it's a good tip to say what you're gonna be tweeting about, that people were interested about you, and picture definitely. Ice cream, caramel and hazelnut. This is my one. Yeah.
Fantastic tips there, Julia.
Hello. My business partner has just slunk off down the bed. Come back here. We are Julia and Lee from Drape Masters Interior Furnishers, and my Twitter name is @JuliaSondak. Now, what would be my top tip? I think following on from your London florist is area. Do you want to be following people outside your area? Now, if they're of interest and in a similar business, somebody that you can learn from, then yes, personally I will follow them. But if they are just what I'd call a predator, not that I'm maybe not being one, but I would not necessarily engage with them and follow them. I would like to keep my business personally fairly local. So if somebody is following me from the States, I am unlikely to follow them back. Now, on to my favourite bit, the most important bit, Ben & Jerry's Cherry Garcia. And if you really want to win me over, a bit of hot chocolate fudge sauce on top of it.
Lovely.
That's the business. And Vic's beds, well,
Very
his mattresses, they're very comfortable. We've had a nice evening, haven't we, darling?
Yeah.
Did you see the hippo around there? Yeah.
No.
He didn't snore. And let me see. Well, this isn't where Vic stores them all, so I'm guessing that it's about 45 here.
Hi, I'm Andy. I'm here from at EN2 Crew. That's spelt with a K. I would say with Twitter, don't take your Facebook feed and copy and paste it into Twitter because it won't fit generally. You've just got to be completely concise. You probably want to start with Twitter before you go onto Facebook, in actual fact. I would say there's probably less mattresses here than you think. There's probably only about 462. I would say 71 of those are pocket sprung. I'd say 90 of them have got memory foam. Yeah. My favourite ice cream, I'm afraid I'm going to lower the tone. It's Mr. Whippy, like our friend here. The powdery goodness of Mr. Whippy and all the E numbers and everything are just absolutely fantastic.
Okay. Any toppings?
Oh yeah, certainly chopped nuts and strawberry sauce and anything else you can pile on. Chocolate flake.
I'm gonna wrap this up. I don't know. How long has this been videoing for, Lucy? 12 minutes, and we've still got to get Lucy in here. So, we're going to wrap it up, and I'm going to hand over to Lucy, the web queen. Here we go. So, Lucy.
It's emotional, isn't it, Lucy?
It is. At Lucy's Web Designs, I think Vic's got about 999 mattresses, and I love cookies and cream.
Oh, classic.
And my top tip is to use an app called Jack if you want to get through to people who are elusive and you can't get through to them. We got through to Sue Perkins and she replied just like that. So use an app called Jack.
Twitter grader. If you're looking for people in specific areas, as we haven't spoken about, Julia pinned that. If you want the most influential person in Southgate, go onto Twitter grader, have a look, type in Southgate, and you'll see that. One tweet from someone who's influential can be pretty awesome, can it not be? Huge! So Twitter grader would be my first huge tip. The next would be use lists, we've discussed over here. The next is catch a really good name. If you are about to start Twitter and you're a plumber in Plumstead, Plumber Plumstead at. Don't call it something ridiculous. You can really use that name and your picture to explain what you do. And I guess that's it for tonight. If you want more, come to lovingsocialmedia.com. We give tons of content. We do workshops too, do we not?
7th of November, David Lloyd Centre.
Lucy's really good on blogging, so that's her thing. And that's it. Good night. It's a wrap. Hooray!